Cop dramas are a well-trod genre, both in movies and on TV. While there are some standouts, it can often feel predictable as it follows typical beats. The new crime thriller Trap House, however, subverts the expectations of its viewers from beginning to end. Though it's a story about family, primarily focused on the children of hardened DEA agents, the stakes are real, and the consequences can be devastating. That uncommon focus is exactly what keeps viewers glued to the screen from start to finish. Dave Bautista stars as the leader of a team of DEA agents hunting down a Mexican drug cartel. However, when tragedy strikes, they find themselves hunting down unexpected new targets, thieves stealing from the cartel who turn out to be the DEA agents' own children. On paper, the movie has every right to dumb things down to appeal to a younger audience, but what is presented instead is a pulse-pounding story about doing the right thing no matter the cost, and dealing with the real consequences of that. Trap House may not be a perfect movie, but it's worth watching. Trap House has all the trappings of a fun, rewatchable action movie: shootouts, big explosions, and high stakes. However, it also cleverly weaves in more than one genre, allowing the film to subvert audience expectations of a typical action movie and keeping them wondering where the story is really headed. What results is a movie that feels almost too real for its own good. People can die at a moment's notice, leading to intense gunfights and hand-to-hand combat that may not make it the next John Wick, but that establishes just how gritty the movie can be. Trap House also shares the DNA of a classic heist movie. From the kids' perspectives, they are trying to steal from some seriously bad people who aren't afraid to kill. But even with this knowledge, they rely on the skills they picked up from their parents and on their faith in one another to execute their heists with laser precision. It's fun to see, but after seeing how easily people can die from their parents' POV, it makes the heists even more intimidating, as one of these kids could get seriously hurt or worse at a moment's notice. These lessons aren't left on the table either, as their actions eventually come back around in a big way and add to the overall tension. Underneath the action and heist elements, Trap House is also a coming-of-age movie with a primary focus on the children of these tough police officers. To that effect, even from the trailer, it would seem like this is a movie that won't take itself too seriously, as these types of films focus on the more comedic elements of kids doing outrageous things. Yet, there is a surprising honesty in how the lives of young adults are conveyed, and how there are some who understand the severity of their actions, and others who feel untouchable. It's a naked and real look at the genre that comes from the most unlikely of plots. Granted, while this concept works for the most part, there will be some fans of one of each of the genre's Trap House tackles who will feel there's not a fair balance between them. The stunts, action, and stakes of Trap House are worth the ticket price alone, but it's the performances of the movie that really tip things over. Bautista is, of course, the standout as Ray Seal, the leader of his team and father to Jack Champion's Cody Seal. Ray is perfectly within Bautista's wheelhouse as the tough guy, tactical type who will stop at nothing to get the bad guy. What's particularly impressive is how Bautista brings to life the focus on Ray as a father, his relationship with his son, and how he has to balance that with his duties. Anyone who is a child of a first responder will immediately relate to this particular struggle, and Bautista captures this perfectly, once again proving how he's even surpassed his amazing performance in Knock at the Cabin. The supporting cast is solid as well, with Bobby Cannavale's Andre Washburn as a great foil to Ray Seal. The only real shame is that there wasn't more time with his character as the movie progresses. Similarly, the children of the DEA team all stand out in their own ways. Champion is perfect at showing what it's like to grow up thinking you have all the answers, only to find out you don't. Meanwhile, Sophia Lillis and Whitney Peak add a level of groundedness, reminding the group just how serious things are. As the comedic relief, Zaire Adams is the perfect, funny friend of the group who shows up when he's needed most, while also not being afraid to show fear when the situation calls for it. To sell the fear, the film's antagonists are a great example of what can make cartels so terrifying. Tony Dalton's Benito Cabrera is chilling to say the least, and only adds to his range when compared to his past roles in shows like Better Call Saul, and Hawkeye. The only problem is that his limited time in the movie feels wasted. He offers so much intensity to the role, but we don't see him enough. The same can be said for Kate Del Castillo, who is equally terrifying and even more calculating in the movie, but again, barely appears in it. Still, they make the most of their limited screen time, delivering stressful moments that remind fans Trap House isn't a kids' movie.